So, DoorDash has done it again. Just when you think they're on a good streak, they're not doing any screw-ups, any stuff-ups or anything, they just do a complete blunder. So, this time around, it's causing heaps of drivers to get contract violations, and customers, of course, are getting free food. It's just this gaping loophole in their system that should have been caught, but for whatever reason, they're asleep at the wheel, and it just goes through. So, pretty much the exploit that's occurring right now is that drivers can go through, say that they got the wrong order, but that's nothing new. But what they can do is they can just go into the receipts for any order they've done, an order over a year ago even, click get help with the order, and then report that one as they got the wrong order, and they get the credits back for it, and the driver gets a contract violation. So I was watching Pedro the other day, an American DoorDash gig tuber like myself, and he got a contract violation through for this, and I thought, wow, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird that Pedro got one. He rarely gets these kind of things coming through his way, but he got one through for wrong item delivered. And then over the next day or so, I noticed in the forums, because my finger's on the pulse, I'm in like 20 different DoorDash forums across the web, and I started to see a lot of people posting up pictures of wrong item delivered. And I thought, hang on, that's not right. So when we start seeing a surge of this kind of stuff, generally it's because some whiz kid out there has figured out an exploit and then goes and shares it around the internet, and then these things go like wildfire. So as soon as one person figures it out, they share it with their friends share it with friends, people start posting it in blogs, in forums, make fucking TikToks about it, whatever, but it spreads around. So after I saw Pedro's video and I saw a lot of people posting it up, saying that they were getting wrong item delivered contract violations, and then I noticed that one person said, yeah, I just got this through today, and it was from a month ago. I said, hang on a second, let's figure this out. So I went and put on my little detective cap, my if I was a scammer, what would I do hat. And the first thing I did is I went into receipts, I clicked on an order from a year ago, and then I could see get help on the screen. So I could get help from support for an order completed over a year ago. That doesn't sound right to me. So I click on it, and then I've got all the options to report the order through. I can say that I got someone else's order, wrong items, or item was missing, order wasn't delivered, all the standard options that you get from an order on the day. So for some reason, DoorDash has decided to show that option, the get help option, to all of their old orders. Some kid has figured this out, has shared it around, and now drivers are getting bulk contract violations, whereas customers are now just getting free food from an order a year ago, and they don't feel bad about it. They don't feel like there's any consequences, because they're like, oh yeah, this order's a year old, or this order is a month old, or even still, some just think it's free food, and they'll just do it on the day. They don't give a shit about drivers, to be honest, guys. People doing this, they do not care. But I guess education piece as well, they probably aren't aware that drivers can be fired for it. They think it's just DoorDash paying out money. So this has slipped through the cracks with DoorDash. This is something that should not exist at all. So first and foremost, get help on an order. Why should a customer be able to click get help on an order for an order that's over a week old, over a month old, over a year old? That option should not exist after a certain time frame. That get help thing should be removed from previous orders, in my opinion, a day. Why should a customer take more than a day to realize that they haven't received their order, or they got the wrong items in their order, or that they got someone else's order? Why would it take more than a day for them to figure that out and then click the button to report it through? I can't see any reason why it should be there for a week or a month or a year. Giving customers that flexibility and option for it. It should be removed. And that's going to remove out a lot of the people trying to do it for past orders, not feeling any remorse for it. Secondly, just because a customer clicks it, it automatically gives it across to a DoorDash driver, like as a contract violation. There is no security or screening or anything in place there. It's just an automated process, and then the driver then has to go and contest it. So this is broken. This is a broken system, especially for the old orders. That should not exist at all. Get help should disappear after a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days. Whatever is reasonable on the time frame there, it should not exist past then. There should be just a limited time frame for customers to report there was an issue with their order. Because as well for drivers, an order a month ago or a year ago, you're not going to have any proof or photos or anything like that at all to validate that you definitely did do that delivery. So if you took photos or you did a video, you had any footage or proof or timestamps or anything like that, even your Google map history, that's going to be hard to dig through. You're not going to have that a month down the track or a year down the track. You can't defend yourself at that point, and that is busted. That is broken. So DoorDash needs to shut that shit down. They need to remove the get help for really old orders. That needs to disappear first and foremost immediately. Now, secondly, and this is probably where I need your guys' help a little bit. So if a customer goes and just reports that they got someone else's order or they got, like wrong items or missing and stuff like that, most of the orders we get, they're bagged. They're in a bag. We don't open the bags. We don't dig through. We don't do like a fucking checklist going, yep, that. We just use some common sense. It's like, okay, we've got drinks here. There's food in the bag. There's food in the bag. Is it a really big order? It's probably a really big bag. Is it a really small order? Probably a really small bag. It's all sealed up. We're not going through. And we don't know what the items from the kitchen looks like. Like if I can't tell the difference between like Mongolian beef and black bean when it's inside a Chinese takeaway container. I can't tell the difference. It's not my job to know the difference on that. It's the kitchen's job to pack it right. So I guess ideas here, guys. How can you protect yourself when DoorDash has got absolutely no protections in place for you as a driver? I've heard about time-stamped videos before, time-stamped photos before, where it's got the GPS and the time. But if it's coming through from, like I'm not storing customer photos and customer addresses and databasing that kind of stuff for a year to keep on record. One, I'm pretty sure that's against our terms of service anyway. And two, I'm not doing it. It's just too much paperwork for such small pay. What else could you do? Guys, leave in the comments. What can you do to protect yourself now that DoorDash does not have your back whatsoever? They're just feeding these contract violations through. They've got a huge, wide gap where customers can exploit this for free food. It's broken. The system is broken. I have not got a contract violation from this yet. I'm sure one will probably come through at some point. At the rate that this is spreading around, this is a contagion. It's like the fucking Antonine virus back in the fucking Greek days. It's worse than COVID. It's spreading that fast right now. So yeah, I guess driver beware. Wrong items delivered, contract violations are just flooding right now. They're flooding around, and more customers are figuring this out. DoorDash needs to fix their shit. This is a broken system. You're going to lose drivers from this DoorDash, and it's not fair to put that kind of stress and strain on drivers getting a contract violation when they're doing the right thing, but customers are abusing a loophole that you have left glaringly open. You've pretty much just said to the customers, here is free fucking money, take it, and we'll blame the driver. That's all it is, guys. So yeah, thoughts. How do you guys protect yourselves from this stuff now that there's no protection from DoorDash? Leave it down below in the comments. I'm tuning in. I want to find out if anyone's got any clever ideas here. Share it around because we're pretty much under siege as drivers. It's not good. I'm not happy. Anyway, guys, yeah, leave your comments and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.